I'm the cream of the crop.
Hey guys, how's it going? VanillaBeast back here with another The Joy of Logo Creation with the MLB The Show 18 editor. And before we get started here, if anybody would like me to do a logo for them, this is a service. It's a premium service. I will leave everything you need in the description, along with a link to another video that has gets more in detail and shows you some examples and such. So if you are looking for me to do a logo for you, all you got to do is read the description. It'll tell you exactly what to do, how to contact me on Twitter, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this logo here today. So what we're working on here today is a logo called Diablo. Or Satan, Beelzebub, got all kinds of names there. Lucifer, the adversary, he's a bad guy. But what we're going to do here is just start with the background. I'm talk to you throughout this here, kind of go over my methods, how I like to go about things, and it is different per each logo. We've got over 110 logo requests right now, so really busy this year. And compared to last year, what we had, business is booming, which is awesome, and we're only getting more and more. So the more you do things like this, the better you get at it. So I've definitely learned some tricks. And for this logo, this is a logo that it doesn't have an outline, but he has pretty much an entire black background. And those of you that are artistic would see that. So what I wanted to do was go ahead and just create the background first. And then we'll use the orange shapes to mold his facial features and such. So it's kind of what we're doing here now. So we'll speed things up, and those are the horns on top, and of course, as any good devil has, he will have a long goatee. So these are all just basic shapes, guys. I know some of you have been asking for some of these videos here this year. This is the first, well, I guess the second. The other was a live stream, but this is the first one we've done here. And see, just the same shapes, that half circle there, and we skewed the one in the middle there for his cheek. Now, I will say that I'm looking at a picture here. I don't like creating logos in the editor off the top of my head because it may not be what you're looking for. And I want to make sure that we get this right the first time. So I always encourage everyone to send me an image of what you want. We want it to be definitive. And that's what he did here. So I'm looking off an image, and his right cheek is a bit squirrely. I tell you what, this guy's face has more curves than a Bang Brothers video. It's very curvy on the right side over there, but that's what he wants. That's what this image is. And we will modify that right cheek a little bit as we go through, and we'll talk about that. So we got the horns going there. And like I said, once you have the black background done, we just start filling in the details inside. So we'll take these kind of half moon shapes, put in the orange, go black over top of that. See how that works out real nice and easy there? You don't actually have to make each individual shape. You just make the black background, and then you start forming it with the orange colors up front. And the same thing here. We're just going to go through there, just start drawing. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's, I guess, if there's one thing I could stress in any of these videos I do, it's you don't need to make this logo perfect your first try. It's fine. This is art, just like anything else. You gotta be okay with just throwing some colors up there and throwing some shapes up there, and then playing around with them. You know, just have fun with them. See what you can get out of it. You can always go back and change things, but if you try to get it perfect your first try, what you end up doing is spending a whole lot of time on something you're just gonna change anyway, and that doesn't help anybody. So I like to start on the outside and work myself in, as you'll see here, and of course work myself from the top on down to the bottom as far as the details go. So we're going to kind of start on his brow here. Just the basic shapes, a lot of basic shapes there. So you can take a basic shape and trim it down. That's going to be his eyes, little beady eye. You know, these little devils, they got these little beady eyes. You can't trust them. Can't trust them. So we're just going to have our orange blocks there, and then we're going to go with black shapes over top of the orange to kind of form it the way we want it. We'll go across his brow here. We'll give him a nose, the beginnings of a nose. And we'll just color that in. We know that's all going to be orange anyway, so let's just go ahead and color that in with blocks of orange. And we'll get the main part of his goatee started there. All that is one of them tooth looking guys. We'll just put him there. He's going to live right down there in the goatee. You can already see just 4 minutes here, and absolutely we're running this at an incredibly fast rate. Any logo normally takes me anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to do. This one I'm not sure, probably closer to maybe an hour and a half, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, don't remember. And there's his other eye. We'll get that going, and we can move those. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect right now. We'll just go ahead and let that eye live right there on right underneath the brow. And it's fine to go back and change things. It's just fine to see something you don't like and try to make it a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with that. And I do recommend that anytime you get something like this, try to go off of an image you're already looking at. This isn't Photoshop, this isn't Illustrator, this isn't any kind of an Adobe product, so your options are very limited on what you can do. So trying to create out of scratch in here, of course it's doable, but you'll save yourself time if you draw it freehand first or find an image on the internet. Just have an idea of what you want to do before you jump into this editor, and it makes things a whole lot easier, I tell you. So we're just going to color this in here, and you can go over. Don't worry about what it looks like now, and then you just take the orange over top of the black. See that right there? Just cut that off right there, and then boom, boom, boom. All done. Put him in there. And you just mold. That's all you're doing, is just molding this face. Putting down basic layers, basic shapes. Make something extraordinary. And really, anybody can do this. Anybody that has some patience and is somewhat artistic. Now, if you have some sort of handicap, then maybe you can't, but most normal people can get through these and drop these shapes in place. You just have to have a little bit of vision too. I'm going to start on his mouth here. Come down the top of his nose. So, and sometimes I like to just see, I like to put something in place on one area that's going to help me out with another, because you can say, okay, well, his mouth ends on the right side of his eye, so let me just drop that in now, and then we can start working on the nose. And it's all about the layers. You know, the farther the right, it's going to show up. The layers on the left are not going to show up if you drop one over top. So we wanted that orange behind that black line there in his nose, so that we have a perfect black line. And the orange just goes right behind it. And we're going to draw this nose out here. That nostril. He's a mean little devil, isn't he? He's a mean one. Just keep dropping these in here. You want to clean up. You always want to clean up your lines. What people doesn't realize is you can use these shapes, and you can allow these curves to overshoot and go farther than they want, or they should go. Because all you got to do is take the other color and just drop it right on over top, and it's gone. So real simple, real simple. Don't be afraid to just drop these guys out. Just let them play. Let them have fun. Let them go out there with their friends. And we're going to fill in his mouth here. The teeth come next. Right now it looks like he got in a fight with Mike Tyson. All his teeth are gone. And you can do line weight this way too. See, we made one black image for the mouth, but we'll do the line weight by adding in the white teeth. See how we're kind of a little farther away at the bottom but closer at the top? That's what gives you your depth perception there. You can see that that part's a little closer to us in the top there, and that's what gives it the line weight and looks real good, real nice. Couple teeth here. He may be Satan and he may be living down in that there Hades, but he's got a good toothbrush. He must use Crest. Looking real good. And that'll be his bottom lip there. We'll just kind of drop that across. And what I like to do here is, like I said, work top to bottom. We don't get too far away from the top here. We're just going to kind of draw the underneath of his eye there. And like I said, his right cheek there, it is a bit puffy. I mentioned it earlier, but he's got a lot of curves. Very curved, like a Bang Brother video. A lot of curves. But that's the way his face is. That's the way it likes to roll. And you'll see that I used a couple different shapes to get what I wanted there. It didn't work out at first, but then we'll bring new ones in and cover that up right there. We got a perfect little weighted triangle coming out right there. Just draw the bottom of his lip. Go over it, color that in, and look at that. There we go. Look at that lip. It just fell right into place. Just dropped right on in there. Real nice. And this is his chin. Right underneath the lip there. We'll just color that in. Put curves over top of that. And I think you can see now why we did the black background first. It makes things so much easier because we can just drop these in and you don't have to worry about getting it perfect, because when you have a black backdrop and you're putting black on it, well, it disappears. So at this point we're just pretty much using the orange to cover up the black and make all the shapes that we want. And save yourself a lot of time. And as you do these logos, you'll get better. But a lot of people just, they do the one logo. They have maybe one or two for their team and they're done. I do these professionally, so obviously I'm doing a lot more. And then his beard hairs hanging off there, his goatee is just more triangles. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. I appreciate you guys watching this episode. We'll be back with a lot more, along with live streams for Diamond Dynasty and card reviews and all kinds of good MLB content, along with some of the newest games coming out. So appreciate you guys watching. If you'd like a logo request, check the description, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.